Sports give kids so much more than wins and losses. They build confidence, teamwork, leadership, resilience, lessons that prepare them for success in school, in careers, and in life. None of that matters if kids aren't safe. A concussion, an injury, or unsafe conditions can end a child's sports journey too soon. Safe Sports Network is there, on the sidelines, in schools, and in our community, preventing injuries, responding to emergencies, and guiding kids safely back to the games they love. With every donation, you're not just funding a program, you're protecting kids' futures. You're investing in safer fields, gyms, and rinks. Please join us. Support Safe Sports Network, because every child deserves to play safe.
That's Tebow. He's running all the way back to the left of the 5-yard line. Stretches it out. That's Anthony D. He gets out to the 25. He breaks another tackle to the 30, the 35, the 40, 50, the 45, the 40, 30, 25. There's nobody near him.
No flags.
What a play.
Anthony D goes the distance. D stands for distance. Come the Clippers. On the low block, kick out, downtown, Yahtzee! By Landry, 0-0, 0-on-0. Caruso from downtown, knocks down a triple.
In front of the goal mouth, they jump for it. The header finds the back of the net. Hadley Camo with a spectacular play.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Manchester, New Hampshire, Gills Stadium on Championship Saturday for the Northeast Junior High Football League. It is D2 and it is D1 later on this afternoon, but here we have a marquee matchup and a couple of undefeated D2 varsity teams. Across the field, you see the Little Warriors of Winnacunnet And near side, it's the Hudson Litchfield Bears. We're thrilled to be here covering today's Northeast Junior High Football League D2 Championship matchup. You're watching the Highlight Guy Network. John Collins along with Jason Roby and Steve Cody. We had the first game, a JV matchup of these two organizations, and it was Winnacunnet that came out on top 12-0. And here we go, Jason, with the D2. And as I said, they didn't meet during the regular season. They're looking at their opponent's scores all through the season. Wow, those guys are putting up as much points as we are. And then, you know, the other team's doing the same thing, and then they circle this on the calendar. Maybe we'll meet in the championship game. You never know. They won their first two playoff games, and now here they are on the big stage.
Yeah, the fates have lined these two teams up, and it should be a good one here to decide the Division II championship. Of course, each of these junior high teams will go on to push their eighth graders to that high school level. Hudson Litchfield obviously will feed Campbell High School and Alvern High School when they get into ninth grade, and the Little Warriors
or
from
Campbell, right?
I said Campbell.
You just say Campbell.
And Winnacunnet, the Winnacunnet Warriors will also be the beneficiary of these Little Warriors when they get into ninth grade. So both of those programs, perennial powers in terms of, what they're building at the high school level. At Alvern, an up-and-coming team that's going to be formidable in the years to come, and Winnacunnet, always a playoff team. It should be a good one here today as the captains are on the field. It appears that Winnacunnet has won the toss. They will receive the opening kickoff Division II action.
Look at that sunshine right on cue. It was overcast
Yes.
for the morning game.
Yeah.
But it just arrived right now. It is a beautiful scene here at Gill Stadium for these kids in their crisp, beautiful uniforms. Tom Foley, the head coach of Winnacunnet, he's got his team ready, as does Billy Burrows for the Hudson Litchfield Bears. I was looking at these scores during the season, Jason. I'll go into the individual games later, but the regular season points for Winnacunnet, 294 to 31 against. Regular season for Hudson Litchfield, 296. 2 points difference, and they let up 26 points on the season. They didn't meet until today, high noon, Saturday, November 22nd of 2025. Who is going to win? We'll have to see for ourselves. Jason was doing the Nashua Cougars running the table, but I wasn't able to see these guys in D2, right?
Right. I have not seen these teams. All I can tell you is, based on the numbers you just gave me, high-powered offenses, very stingy defenses.
Right.
You got the right two teams playing here today. Steve Cody, and the highlight guy, has brought the sun to us. He does control the weather up here in the nest, and we are ready to go. Kick is off, and it takes a roll handled there at the 30-yard line, getting vertical up the middle of the field, has a seam, and tackled. Pretty good field position to start off the day for the Winnacunnet Warriors. I think that was number 25, John.
It was, I believe, 26. Garrett
26,
Jackson,
okay.
Who is a talented offensive player. He'll get a lot of touches today for Winnacunnet. So we'll see what they run for an offense as Coach Jason Roby gets his first look.
Yeah, they'll probably be very similar to what we saw in that first game, since it is the same system, same coaching staff. They will start under center.
Cameron Francoeur, the quarterback, I believe number 2. It's actually 3, excuse me. That is Brogan Foley, the quarterback. Hands off. Up the middle goes the ball carrier, number 44.
Rowan Goroskowski.
Easy for you to say.
Hey. And
Rowan, up the middle, gets a good chunk. 5 yards on first down. It's second down and 5.
They ran an isolation play there, and it was well blocked at the point of attack, straight ahead, downhill running. And if they can continue to do that, it'll be a long day. I'm sure the defense for Hudson Litchfield will adjust.
Brogan Foley with receivers split left and right. The receiver to the right's way off the ball. I don't know if they flag things closely like that.
Ball on the
comes
carpet.
Out, coughs it up on the tackle, and it's going to be Bears ball.
Yeah, it was recovered there by, it looked like number 10 for Hudson Litchfield. And that would be, I think, Ethan Brown was Johnny on the spot. The ball kind of rolled, and Brown, it just rolled into his hands. So 1st and 10, Hudson Litchfield. And as we talked about last night, we talked about in the JV version of this game, turnovers will do you in. You have to take care of the football. It was not a clean handoff, and he had trouble controlling it and put it on the carpet. 1st and 10, Hudson Litchfield.
So back on offense, where apparently they're very comfortable. The Hudson Litchfield Bears, they pitch it to the right side and hit as he reaches the line of scrimmage.
It was Ryder Raposa, and I think he was tackled by number 64. Looked like Peter Walther, PJ Walther. And I'll say this about Walther. He got what we call bending down the line of scrimmage. Backside of that play, he got on his Pontiac and he rode straight down the line and was able to catch Raposa from behind.
Do they still make Pontiacs?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
Pontiac Firebird, right? Is it the
I
Firebird?
guess so.
I think Steve Cody rolled in on one today. I think he was trying T-top, right, Steve? Okay.
Maybe they do. Back in the shotgun, the rollout to the left. The lefty quarterback slings it. It's incomplete, near side intended for number 11, Max Slingerland.
Yeah, Slingerland did a nice job.
Actually, the quarterback, the receiver is Slingerland.
Yeah, Slingerland was the receiver. He, knowing where he was, probably good that he didn't catch that ball because he would have lost a yard and a half, 2 yards in the play. That'll set up a 3rd down and 8. You mentioned the southpaw quarterback, lefty, slinging it over to our side of the field. That's going to set up a huge 3rd down and 8 for Hudson Litchfield.
Yeah, it's a down that they usually convert against most opponents. You can tell by the scores, but this is the D2 championship opponent, and they're in the backfield trying to get out of there. Can't. Yeah. Not much of a gain on 3rd and long.
Yeah, they ran that little wing-back counter, and number 34 for the Warriors, Colin O'Brien, was first on the scene along with a couple of his teammates. That play took too long to develop, and good penetration by the little Warrior defense. And as you mentioned, John, both of these teams probably unaccustomed to fumbling the ball and giving the ball up, and then having to punt. Probably not a play they've had to do a lot of.
That was Connor Tilton on the carry. They got tackled by Connor O'Reilly, and the pitches, they're going to go for it on 4th down, and it's going to get strung out and stopped way short of what they needed. Not way short, maybe.
Way short.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no. They needed to get to the 45 of Winnacunnet. So, yeah, way short.
Yeah, that's going to be 1st and 10 for the little Warriors. And I'll tell
Maybe
you,
they don't have a punter.
Well, that could be, but and they haven't had to do it a lot this year, right?
No, they won one of the playoff games 40-0.
So that turnover against Winnacunnet, that doesn't really hurt them because they get the ball back a minute and a half later, and they have better field position than when they put it on the carpet.
I tell you what that call tells me, tremendous confidence in the defense.
Well, they're gonna line up in a 5-man front here, and we'll see how Winnacunnet handles it. They'll send motion across the formation.
And the handoff is to their big back. Number 44 is Colin Tilton. The Winnacunnet 44 roster. That's Rowan Goroskowski.
Yeah, Goroskowski is he packs quite a punch there. He had right up the middle of the field. I think it was Jamison Burrows on the tackle, if my eyes serve me correctly. We are way up here in the highest regions of the press box of Gill Stadium looking down. And
we also have the great view that viewers at home or in the car or mobile or the phone.
You're not supposed to tell people that, John.
I got to give kudos to the highlight guy, Steve Cody. He fixed us up really nicely. My problem is my old habit of watching the game live out the window. It's actually a better view for you guys who are watching the highlight guy right now. See that handoff to the right side. And it is number 6 on the carry for the Warriors. That's Teddy Higgins.
Yeah, Higgins hit the hole with a head of steam. And number 44 was in on the tackle, Colin Tilton, for the Hudson Litchfield Bears. But, again, Winnacunnet kind of pushing the line of scrimmage, getting to that second level, playing ahead of the sticks, another 1st and 10.
Yeah, Teddy meet Bears is what happens there. And Teddy versus the Bears. I had to squeeze that in.
There you go.
And it's going to be a 1st and 10 play for the little Warriors of Winnacunnet on the move, trying to score the first points of this D2 championship, and a good run on 1st down. Again with the carry is Rowan Goroskowski.
Well, what they're doing here, it looks almost like a bear front. And what we mean by that is they're covering the center and the – exactly right. The center and the 2 guards, and then they got 2 defensive ends on the outside. And it appears that what Winnacunnet's doing is they're just heading to where there are no defenders. There's that wide gap between the guard and the tight end, or the guard and the tackle, and they're just hitting those seams. Now it looks like they've adjusted a little bit, so we'll see what this play brings.
Back in the shotgun goes Teddy Higgins. The quarterback Foley hands it off to the left side, and it was a 2nd and 2. They may have gotten it.
Yeah, they went right back to the same play, and it was a good play by Hudson Litchfield, but to your point, it is a first down, so they're going to continue to pound the rock forward.
Yeah.
And what that does, John, is that you're going to start creeping your defense up, and now you're vulnerable to some kind of a play-action pass. But at this point, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I fully expect Winnacunnet to keep pounding the rock.
From the 21-yard line of Hudson Litchfield now, Little Warriors on the move. There's a whistle before any snap.
We'll check out what the referee calls.
Oh, okay.
11 maybe, yeah. I think that was Max Slingerland on that last tackle. Looked like a 4. Nice job running up the middle went number 6, Teddy Higgins, and he falls forward. And again, a nice positive gain on first down, being up a 2nd down and a short 8, if there is such a thing.
Halfway through the opening quarter of play here at Gill Stadium in Manchester. Sun-drenched on a mid-November Saturday. It was getting close to Thanksgiving, actually. It's coming up this week, right?
Can't wait. 2 days. And as a teacher, go to school Monday and Tuesday, and then smooth sailing the rest of the week.
Yeah.
I'll never complain about our schedule.
Don't make it sound like you guys don't work hard.
Oh, we work hard. No, we do.
It's
an exhausting thing, but
yeah. There's a flip to Higgins in the backfield, and he's got a big gain to the right side, threatening to go the whole way. Stepped out of bounds at about the 5.
Yeah, and if not for looked like it was again Slingerland that was pushed him out of bounds, but a great run there by number 6 Higgins, and he doesn't get touched till the 2nd level. That just tells me that he's got speed to burn and also good blocking on the perimeter by this Winnacunnet Little Warrior team.
This Warrior team that has scored so many points this season, threatening to go up first in this D2 championship. 4:28 to go first quarter, 0-0 for the moment, and it is goal to go from the 5 for the Little Warriors. And the handoff is to Goroskowski, is in for the touchdown.
It was Goroskowski, as you mentioned, and he went off the left side. They've found something, John, on that left side that they've been attacking off tackle for big gains. And Goroskowski, again, good strong running downhill, good blocking at the point of attack. This Winnacunnet team is employing 2 tight ends and a flanker with 2 backs in the backfield. And when you watch Winnacunnet, the Warriors at the high school level, they run pretty much the same offense that you're seeing here. So that's why these teams continue to have success at the high school level, is because they run virtually the same offense as the high school team. And now you're going to get under center with a diamond formation. And we'll see what they do here. A little double isolation play and not even touched. Number 52 for the Little Warriors, Parker Oldham, goes in for the 2-point score. And just like that, 8-0. And that early fumble that went to Hudson Litchfield's way, a distant memory, John.
Yeah, I want to thank Tom Foley for hooking us up with the rosters and great game notes. And these comments are just right on from what we've seen just from the opening drive, calling Rowan Goroskowski our ultimate warrior, our MVP who can dominate the game in all facets. Number 44, you saw him in action. Brogan Foley, the field general at quarterback. Lots of touchdown passes, few TD runs, strong presence on defense as well. So we'll be talking more about our game notes on Winnacunnet. Hudson Litchfield wants to jump back in the scoring race, though, you know it, after this kickoff.
Yeah, they'll kick off from the 40-yard line, and you can see there Hudson Litchfield, they're showing those numbers a little bit. We talked about standing maybe a little bit sideways. Nice kick. Going to hit it about the 26-yard line and take a nice roll. Here comes the fake reverse, and coming to the far side, good form tackle there. It was 3:34 for the Little Warriors. That was looked like Colin O'Brien. He took down Ryder Raposa. They faked that little reverse handoff, John, and we talked about this last night, even at the high school level. Even if the return is supposed to go to a certain sideline, if you have to run from beyond the far hash to get there, you're better served to just head north and south and get what you can.
Yep. I'll take it from the coach. Stay up to date with all the Highlight Guys' upcoming live streams by subscribing to the Highlight Guys Sports Network and our YouTube channel today. Just go to thehighlightguy.com and choose live stream and click the buy button. We are in the second possession now of the Hudson Litchfield Bears as they try to tie the game up, trailing 7, make that 8-0. The two-point conversion.
Slingerland, he's got the sideline. He could go, John.
All the way, the 20, the 10, and it is Slingerland who goes the distance, an 80-yard touchdown run for the Hudson Litchfield Bears. Explosive offense. Max Slingerland with a max gain.
Slingerland got slingshotted down that far sideline, and he finds himself in the end zone. And that long stride, I didn't know if he'd be able to turn it over. That poses a problem. That was a fantastic run all the way down the far side, and don't look now, we're a 2-point conversion away from being tied up.
You know what? That was a shocker, as well as the Little Warriors stuffed the run on the first possession by the Hudson Litchfield Bears. Max Slingerland just was a jaw-dropper as he went down the right sideline and just out-sprinted everybody. Going for the 2-point conversion to tie. The throw to the left side is too tough to get to. It was up over the head of the intended receiver, so it remains a Little Warrior lead. 8-6 the score.
And I'll tell you something that the Hudson Litchfield team did there on that 2-point conversion. I thought maybe they'd call timeout. It looked like there was a little confusion in terms of how to line up. Very fortunate they didn't get called for a false start. It actually turned into a motion. But knowing who's supposed to be on the line of scrimmage, who's supposed to be off the line of scrimmage, when you don't run that play a lot and you save it for those special situations on the goal line, it can make things a little difficult for you. And it appeared that there was some communication mishaps from the get-go on that 2-point conversion attempt.
Both of these teams have put up a lot of shutout victories during the course of the season. There will be no shutout this afternoon as the Hudson Litchfield Bears answer back quickly to the Winnacunnet scoring drive.
You got Slingerland and Goroskowski.
Yeah.
A couple of great last names there. We'll be calling each of those young men's name, I'm sure, more here this afternoon.
Let's see what Goroskowski's birthday is. It's September 6th. 2012, so he has turned 13 just a month or two ago.
I'll tell you, what a smart play there by number 2, Cameron Francor. And that's just being schooled up and understanding the rules of the game. Francor understands that if that ball goes out of bounds, they're going to get basically a 15-yard penalty. They're going to get 1st and 10, I believe, from the 35, the 30-yard line or the 35. They mark it at the 30, but a great job by him recognizing, look, if I pick this up, I have to run it back, and the coverage is going to be close to me. But if I let it go out of bounds, we're going to get a pretty sizable gain here, not even having to advance the ball. Ball goes out of bounds, it is going to be set at the 35-yard line. So a 15-yard penalty, essentially, where that ball went out of bounds.
Cameron Francor is a kid who likes to return the football, too. On top of it, makes it an even more impressive decision because he is a dynamic speed and outside threat, according to Coach Foley. He ran the opening kickoff back for a touchdown against Dover. So he has the ability to go the distance with kickoffs, but that was the right decision. And he gains good field position for his team on 1st and 10, gain of about 2.
Goroskowski went off that left side again, and that time Dominic Packer was in on the stop, big number 56 for the Hudson Litchfield Bears.
Bears looking for a stop and maybe come back and take their first lead of the game. And Winnacunnet, of course, has other ideas. Jason mentioning that they tended to like to go left in their opening possession, and it's probably due to their great offensive line that they have up front.
You're going to need a double tight end formation employed here. 2 backs in the backfield. They run the sweep to the right. So they like the sweep to the right and the off tackle to the left. This time the pitch goes to number 6, Teddy Higgins, and he runs all kinds of tough as he gets down. And it'll be a 3rd and manageable because Higgins just kept those legs churning. Great blocking at the point of attack, setting up a 3rd and 2 for the Little Warriors.
Yeah, Teddy Higgins has got a nice stiff arm style that gains him extra yards after contact. He is a difficult ball carrier to tackle. 3rd and short at the 43.
You can see why both of these teams are in the championship game, John. They just all kinds of athletes all over the field, and just it might even be who has the ball last that wins this one.
So Tom Foley indicated to us who's a go-to guy that run behind. There's Goroskowski that crashes forward. He's got the first down.
Yeah, Goroskowski ran like Gronkowski there.
He did.
He powered over the first tackle, and, of course, who was there to bring him down finally was Slingerland.
Yes.
So there's a Slingerland-Goroskowski meeting there off the right side.
Slingerland covers a lot of ground out there on defense. So you saw the touchdown run of 80 yards that he's already put up on the board. But the silent leader on the offensive line, number 64 for Winnacunnet, P.J. Walther. Coach Foley says he gets the job done every game, every play. We run bulk of our runs behind him, number 64, lead blocker, but he doesn't get a chance there as Hudson Litchfield blows it up in the backfield.
Yeah, great play there. They tried to run that toss sweep, and Johnny on the spot there for the Hudson Litchfield Bears, I believe, was Ethan Forart. I believe it was number 0, I believe.
Yep.
As
great a uniforms as they are, 0 is going to be tough to see.
Well, I'm going to tell you, they've got all kinds of business going on in between the numbers there. Sometimes hard to see with the claw marks. I believe those might be bear claw marks going down the numbers.
Yeah, very stylish.
You have one of those, don't you, John?
I should, right? I should go to the pro shop in Hudson. The handoff is to Goroskowski, cuts it to the outside and cuts it up. He got a decent gain out of what looked like it might be a complete stop for loss.
Yeah, the hole was plugged at the point of attack as Goroskowski had to bounce it outside. Coming down the line that time was big number 66 leading the charge. It looked like Luke Macchia, but Goroskowski almost gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3 yards short of it. So 3rd down and 13 for Winnacunnet. We'll see what they draw up here in the turf pellets to see what they can come away with. They need 13 yards to get a first down.
Another key position player at center is Parker Oldham, who's doing the snapping here for Londonderry. They like to run behind him and their silent leader, P.J. Walther. The throw over the middle is incomplete. Looked like the quarterback might have been hit as he tossed.
Yeah, the defender was coming off the left edge, and that may have been number 0 again. It was Ethan again that was in there. And I'll tell you, they went a 2-by-2 set. We call that an ace formation, shotgun. And Hudson Litchfield all kinds of dialed in. Good pressure from the left side that time by Ethan.
And we will see a punt here from Winnacunnet. Decent punt's going to back up the return man to his 25. He did call for a fair catch and then almost couldn't resist running after they caught it.
Well, he looked up and there was nobody near him, so Slingerland said, maybe I'll just go with it. And
right.
Sometimes, and the referees will always get together with the punt returners before the game and say exactly what they're looking for. You really have to swing that fair catch arm up and around so that they can protect you. Really, that's for your own protection.
Right.
And, Slingerland made a great catch, but unable to advance it because of the fair catch.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. And now with this third possession, the Hudson Litchfield Bears have a chance to take the lead for the first time, trailing 8-6 with 75 yards of real estate to go.
Be interested to see if they go back to that same play with Slingerland based on the ball being in the middle of the field. We'll see. Slingerland lines up in the slot to the right. They're in a pistol formation. They cannot send motion. They have to call timeout because that man is on the line of scrimmage. You saw him put his hands up. That was number 10 for Hudson Litchfield, Ethan Brown. And the quarterback tried to send him in motion, but you're not allowed to go in motion if you're the last man on the line of scrimmage. So a little formation snafu there for Hudson Litchfield. Fortunate to not get flagged for it. They'll call timeout and talk it over.
We would like to thank our newest sponsor and welcome them to our team. It's Luke's Bar and Grill. Founded in 2019, Luke's Bar and Grill has grown quickly thanks to loyal guests and an incredible staff. Their mission is to provide a welcoming space with great food, refreshing drinks, and an atmosphere that always feels like home. Whether you're There for dinner, drinks, or just to unwind, Luke's is constantly evolving to make every visit better. Find them at 142 Lowell Road in Hudson or online at lukesbarandgrill.com. That's Luke's, L-U-K-S.
I want to welcome all of our viewers from the Hudson and Litchfield area as well as the Seacoast. Those that are watching the Winnacunnet Junior Warriors or Little Warriors and the Hudson Litchfield Bears do action in the Division II championship game. I want to welcome you all. We're upwards of over 200 and we'll call it 30 viewers at this point, John. We'll get more. We had almost over 600 in the JV version of the game that we just saw. So welcome all these viewers that are tuning into the Highlight Guy. Happy that you're with us on what turned out to be a sunny, nice day here in Manchester.
I think I told you this story. I mean, I live in Hudson now, but I lived a good part of my broadcasting career in the Seacoast, and namely in Seabrook and in Hampton, in Exeter, in Dover, the whole area. I was on WERZ, WMYF radio back in the 90s. It was a great time before the internet, by the way, to be on radio. You were like a big fish in a small pond. But I think you know this. I proposed to my wife at halftime of a Winnacunnet High School football game. She came up to the booth.
How romantic.
I did it on the radio. I did it on the air at halftime.
Nice.
So there's a special place in my heart always for Winnacunnet.
There you go.
So if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Deb Cody for the Dow Group at Delaware Williams Coastal is a luxury realtor. She is licensed in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts and can assist you with your real estate goals. The Dow Group is the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire. Contact Deb at 603-945-2763 or email her, deb@thedowgroup.com. And if you're looking to play sports in college, let the Highlight Guy help you get noticed and recruited. Highlight Guy creates highlight videos, films sporting events, and live streams with all the goal of helping athletes get noticed by college coaches. Contact Steve at thehighlightguy.com to get started. We are started in the second quarter.
Ooh.
Goroskowski's going to get roped and rodeo tackled deep in the backfield.
Yeah, great play there, Goroskowski. They were trying to run a little counter play, and I didn't quite get the number. It may have been 52, I think
yes,
it was.
It was.
Yeah, he's looking for the signal from the sideline. That was Parker Oldham for the Winnacunnet Little Warriors.
Who Coach Foley describes as our best defensive player, a game changer at defensive end with a lot of sacks and tackles for loss.
That's a good combination word. Can you copyright that word?
I guess I should.
Trademark a sackle.
I stumbled on it.
There you go.
You know? Showing a game-changing.
Intercepted, John. He stepped right in front of that. I'll tell you what happened in just a second.
Stepping up to make the interception is Frank Core.
Yeah, and here's exactly what happened. When you run that kind of a play action and you roll out, the rules are as follows. Get your butt to the boundary if you're the defense and work back towards the field. The routes will come to you, and Frank Gore did just that. He ran to the boundary, and he worked back towards the field as those crossing routes came across, stepped in front of that pass. Another turnover here. Winnacunnet with an opportunity and a great field position.
Cam Frank Core with the interception. And he sprints out to the right side. He is the wide receiver, wide to the right. Quarterback Brogan Foley has his team up on the line. 1st and 10 after the turnover at the 25-yard line of the Bears. Looking for their second score. A sprint around the right side.
They might get it here, John.
Teddy Higgins still on his feet inside the 10.
No flags. Great blocking on the perimeter by the wide receiver to that side. And the line did a nice job. They reach blocked out to the right side, and they sealed off the interior of that defense. You'll watch that back on the Highlight Guy, and Higgins doesn't get touched till he gets down to that second level. 1st and goal from the 8. Well done by Winnacunnet.
Do you actually call it a reach block?
You reach.
Isn't that a holding call waiting to happen? No. You do it right?
You step right if you're going right, and you just try to outflank your opponent.
Okay.
Yeah, so instead of blocking straight ahead,
hands out?
you do get your hands out.
Okay,
Yeah.
Awesome. They worked there. Teddy Higgins and a carry inside the 5 crashes. This is number 44. I think this was Goroskowski that had the carry.
He's in, John.
He's
touchdown.
in for the touchdown.
There was a plastic explosion that happened down around the 1-yard line. Goroskowski did his best Gronkowski impression and just ran through the defender, kept the legs churning. And just like that, the Winnacunnet Little Warriors are back on top, 14-6. He'll go for 2 here.
You're right. Rowan, he was not going to be denied the end zone there after the initial contact around the 2 or the 1 yard line. Just willed his way in and trying to go and make it a 16-6 lead on the 2-point conversion try. The handoff to the right and into the end zone for the 2-point try was Parker Oldham. It is a 10-point lead for Winnacunnet.
Yeah, Parker Oldham, they ran that same diamond formation down on the goal line for the 2-point conversion, and the left halfback went to the left. They ran an isolation to the right, and no one was there. Parker Oldham goes in untouched, and a 16-6 advantage for the Little Warriors.
So impressive Warriors start to the game here in the first half as we play into the early part of the second quarter, up by 2 scores, and they have several running backs they can hand the ball to great effect.
Yeah, I'm sure the Winnacunnet Warriors coaching staff at the high school level are licking their chops, excited to get their hands on these young men who are run with authority and already seem to have a knowledge and a control of the offense.
Low liner is going to go off, I think, of one of the legs of the
Live football here.
Bears players. He got to pick it up and return it, dancing around, tackle at about the 15, 16-yard line. So good kick by Winnacunnet.
I believe it was Slingerland that ended up chasing it down. He was tackled by his number counterpart, Peter Ciccarelli, and the Hudson Litchfield Bears are now in a bit of a hole here as they're down inside their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 17. So dangerous territory here for Hudson Litchfield. They got to pound this out of the end.
They got a Max Slingerland 80-yard touchdown run for their sole score in this game. Of course, they're hoping for another one, but it's going to be a keeper.
Ball's
Lost
on the carpet.
Ball, and it's immediately recovered by the Little Warriors of Winnacunnet. A turnover on the run play.
Well, I'll tell you there, P.J. Walther recovered that one, but it was great penetration by the front of the Little Warriors. They are just getting all kinds of downhill against this Hudson Litchfield team, and that was because of the penetration by the defensive front. So now this could get downhill and sideways pretty quickly here with 8:27 to go in the first half.
Threatening to go up by 3 scores are the Warriors, who already lead by 10.
And they'll go back to that same formation, double tight end flanker, 2 backs in the backfield. This is what the high school runs as well.
Brogan Foley flips it. It is Goroskowski around the left side, down the sideline, hit it about the 10 where the first down marker is.
Good form tackle there by Jordan Susi, number 15, but not before a huge gain.
And the ball is marked at the...
Excuse me, John. We do have a flag back at the 25. It's
way back.
Usually in the area of holding. We'll see what the lead official calls. He's standing there on the 25-yard line. You see him on the highlight guy live stream.
So we go from a question about whether it was a first down or not to how far do they have to go now to get the first down. Big swing, game-changing call. Holding. We're going to put the Warriors back to their own, or to the Hudson Litchfield 29-yard line. They need to get to about the 9 to get a first down. So it's going to be 1st and 20.
They'll open things up a little bit here. Tight end flanker to the left, split end to the right, and they'll just go back to Goroskowski.
Goroskowski
in
space. Get to the 10. He's still on his feet as he crashes down at the 5-yard line. It is a first down. They needed 20. He got about 24.
And you're going to see great blocking up front. And then to kind of finish it off, Peter Ciccarelli downfield from his wide receiver spot was blocking downfield on the perimeter. And that allowed Goroskowski to pick up those last couple of yards that he needed to get the first down. So no problem there. Just hand it off to the big man and let him rumble downhill. And they'll go into that diamond formation, John. And number 52 in the backfield again, Parker Oldham. And they'll give it to him on that ISO play.
And Oldham
same result.
Is
touchdown.
In the end zone. Yes, another touchdown for Parker Oldham. And it's a big lead now for the Little Warriors of Winnacunnet with the 2-point try still to come. It's 22-6.
And you'll go back and you'll watch this on the highlight guy. The first thing you want to develop at this level is your front, your offensive line, your defensive line. and let the skill guys, they'll follow suit. But if you have good blockers up front, you can have success at any level, and it's plain to see this front for Winnacunnet is very, very good.
Francoeur swinging out to the right, receives the pass, and he's trying to elude the pursuit but can't, and the two-point try fails that time.
Yeah, good job by Hudson Litchfield. The Bears were dialed into that play, and a nice job of rallying up from his secondary position was Jordan Susi. He was able to minimize that game. They recognized it from the get-go, back to pass, and the Bears were up for the challenge there. But I think the thing that you look at when you are Winnacunnet is, look, we're going to get into our typical formations. We're going to go double tight with a flanker. We're going to go, diamond formation behind it, and we're just going to run our base offense. And until they can stop it, we're just going to keep doing it. That's good, sound football. That's program football, and it's exactly how you draw it up. When that's the thing. You play mad scientist as a coach sometimes, John. You draw all these formations up and where to block and all these kinds of things. What you're seeing on the field is exactly how you would draw it up on a whiteboard. So you have to be really pleased if you're the Winnacunnet Little Warriors.
Kickoffs are always an adventure. We'll see what happens on this one as the Winnacunnet team will kick off from right to left. Ball comes to the turf at about the 25, picked up on a couple rolls,
nice
and
form
immediately tackled. Francoeur can do it all. Cameron Francoeur on the tackle.
And that is just a textbook form tackle. Francoeur had his head up to the side, tackled with his shoulder. Good wrap up, and down you go. And that's just good, fundamental, sound tackling. And they have a period built into every day of their practice where they just go over the fundamentals. And you can see, based on Francoeur's tackle there. 1st and 10 for the Hudson Litchfield Bears. They will set up shop at about their own 23-yard line.
Cam Francoeur, an excellent two-way player, and a field full of great two-way players. Long way to go for a touchdown here. Long way to come back from, down 22-6 as the Bears run left and get a big chunk on first down. Close to first down yardage on the far side. On the carry was number 0, Ethan Forhart.
Yeah, Forhart just followed his blocking up front, did a nice job running with his eyes, and I think the best thing on that play, John, was he got vertical as quickly as he could. He got a nice kick-out block at the point of attack and then got north and south, 9-yard gain on first down. You love those first down plays, no doubt about it.
Yeah, sure. You can just fall forward, 1 yard to get.
This is typically where you see a chance to go for a big one or just get the first down. Nicely blocked again on the perimeter, and I'm going to give you a little heads up after this run concludes as Slingerland goes off to the right side. You're going to see the discipline of the Hudson Litchfield Bears as I believe it was number 17. I can't be 100% certain. I think it was the wide receiver on the right side. He had a good initial block. There he is right there, Bauscha. And what he did, John, is what saved that play. He engaged initially on the block, and the defender got off him, and he had an opportunity to block him, but in the back. He made the smart move to not block him in the back and let Slingerland make the play. Good
Slingerland
job.
threatening to go the distance on every
Forhart
touch.
off the left side here, John, again.
And Forhart gets a great gain on first down, very close to the marker at the 45 of Winnacunnet. So it's Forhart left. It was Slingerland right. And the Bears are on the move.
This is an important drive for the Hudson Litchfield Bears, John. They really need to get in the end zone here to get this back to a one-score game.
2nd down and 1 to go. Again, short yardage on 2nd down. Cutting it outside. Slingerland trying to stiff arm his way, gets past Francoeur, and the ball came out at the very end, but out of bounds.
And that's not where the play was designed to go.
Right.
And you can see big number 52 there running him down from his interior position, Parker Oldham. Parker was being blocked out, and the ball bounced out to the outside. That's, you when it's 2nd and 1, and you're the running back, as a running back, you really want to make the big plays as the officials discuss what's happening down on the field. You really want to try to get the haymaker or the big run. It's going to be a first down, but know the situation. It's 2nd and 1, get your yard. Get your yard, move the sticks, and come back. A 1-yard gain on 2nd and 1 is a good thing, but a lot of times when you're, and even high school, college pros, they want to bounce it out and make something happen.
Yeah. 1st and 10.
Counterplay.
And it's going to be a tackle for loss in the backfield. Slingerland never really got started.
And Gore's, that was number 44, Colin Tilton, who made the tackle on Goroskowski, so it was 44 on 44. They have not had success with that counterplay. Too long in developing, just too much penetration by the Winnacunnet front. And in order to run a play like that, you might want to think about changing your snap count, maybe doing something a little bit different. The Winnacunnet Warriors are dialed in, and no gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
So it looked like we're going to go with the
double pass. Nope.
Swing pass to the left, and it's a tackle for loss on the play. It was 2nd and 10 and turns into 3rd and a mile.
And what I'll say there, Ethan Brown was on that reception. They might be setting up a double pass here. That was a backwards pass to Brown, and they might be trying to set something up. What I will say is that 2 plays, the counter play that took a long time to develop, and the that backwards pass out into the flat area. Not what got Hudson Litchfield to this point. They kind of went away from what was working for them.
3rd down and about 20 yards to get the first down. The pitch, Slingerland right, looking for an opening to cut it up, and he is tackled after a modest gain on 3rd and very long.
So look at the result of that play, right, John? There was 2nd down and forever. You get 7 yards on a toss sweep. They've been getting there by running off tackle, going to the outside. But as it is, it's going to set up a 4th down and 16. So you kind of went uncharacteristic on 1st and 2nd down. You went back to your basics on 3rd down, but really now you're in a hole on 4th down.
And they will go for it on 4th down. It's a direct snap to the quarterback, Wildcat. They throw it down the right side. I thought he might run with it, but it was an incomplete pass down to the right.
He climbed the pocket nicely. Yeah. He sent 4 verticals down the field, but Winnacunnet was dialed in. They covered it nicely. So, always easy to second guess from up here. But if you're Hudson Litchfield, do what got you down, got you up the field. Continue to run the football. Continue to go off tackle. Continue to use your weapons. They tried to get maybe a little too fancy there when they got to midfield. And, of course, most coaches will tell you, and Jack Gaddy from Salem High School, notorious for this, he didn't start throwing the ball around the yard until he was at least at the 50-yard line. That was just, because what he figured was, I just bought myself an extra down, because when I get to the 50, I can go for it on 4th down and feel okay about it. So now you play around a little bit, and that was probably the mentality of the Hudson coaching staff there.
So a turnover on downs. Winnacunnet with 4 minutes to work with remaining in the first half, and the pitch to the right side. I believe that was Colin O'Brien. He gets a big gain on 1st down, and it's about 12 yards to move the chains again.
Yeah, another plastic explosives of the Hudson Litchfield. I think it was Slingerland again came up, and it was a good whack, but good blocking at the point of attack. Go back to your toss sweep to the right. Follow your lead blockers, get north and south. And you saw him get to that hash mark, John, and get up the field rather than continue to work towards his own sideline. Well done by by the Little Warriors.
Colin O'Brien turned 13 years old Thursday. I guess it says right here on the sheet.
Ball's on the carpet. It's going to be Hudson Litchfield ball, and I think it was Forhart on the recovery. And it was Ethan Johnny Forhart on the spot.
Yep, pounced on it. And a turnover by the Little Warriors, and an opportunity for the Bears to cut it to maybe a 1-score game.
So we talk about sudden change all the time at the high school level. Here's an opportunity. Do you go
chuck it deep?
Do you chuck it deep? And what I'm saying is no. There's 3:29 left. I'd like to see if we can run our base offensive play, our toss sweep, our off tackle play, see if we can get some positive yardage. Maybe Hudson Litchfield might go back to that double pass, and this is a V-trips formation to the top of the screen. They are going to do maybe that. A little screen was batted down, incomplete. They were trying for the middle screen in the middle there to Slingerland, and potentially had something good brewing, but it was knocked down by the, I think, big number 55. That was Clark Saunders, got his mitts up in there and block that pass. Otherwise, who knows? Slingerland could have gone the distance on that middle screen.
So incomplete, knocked down from where he threw it. Bring up a 2nd and 10. This is a handoff to Slingerland to the right side. He stiff arms his way to the boundary, still on his feet, and tackled at about the 46.
Yeah, Oldham finally got him down. But again, John, look at the play. You know, you run. It's 3rd down and 6, but you got a nice gain on that play. You get 4 yards, almost 5 yards on the play. And as it is, it'll be 3rd down and 6. Have to believe that Winnacunnet will go for it on 4th down here, just shy of midfield. 3rd and 5 is the distance needed, and it looks like it's an unbalanced line here, which means that tight end cannot go out for a pass, and he doesn't. Well done, and I'll talk about that in a minute.
Jackson
they go deep.
DeRusha throws it, and it's incomplete.
So what the Hudson Litchfield Bears did is they went unbalanced line to the right side. There was a tight end and a split end to the same side, meaning the tight end is covered. He cannot go out for a pass, and that's exactly what happened. He ended up blocking, and they tried to take a one-on-one shot down the near side of the field. Incomplete. 4th down for the Hudson Litchfield Bears.
I believe we have it's a lefty quarterback, Jackson DeRusha, and that was on the right side of the field, so it was a easy throw for him to make, but not to complete. And the pitch to Ethan Froman, and Froman is going to be tackled at about the 49, so it's going to be another turnover on downs for the Little Warriors. Will have possession of it with 2:28 to go in the first half.
So Forhart went to the left side, and exactly what we talked about there, John, right? If it gets to 4th down, you're in decent field position, you're going to go for it on 4th. I still think, though, throwing the ball, do what got you there. Keep running the football.
Yeah. So let's see if the Little Warriors can do something with this possession. 2:28 to go, first half. They got Cam Francoeur split to the left, and he is in motion. He fakes the handoff to him, and it's going to be a keeper, Goroskowski, around the right side on a Wildcat snap, right?
Yeah, they faked the speed sweep with Francoeur, and Goroskowski just keeps it. What that does when you fake that speed sweep, it widens the defense, and it creates a huge hole for Goroskowski. Now what you're going to see with 2:18 and counting, Winnacunnet get a little heavy on the hurry-up because they want to get another score before the half.
Yeah, we're at the 2:12 mark as the clock stopped momentarily for the first down. And on 1st and 10, it's going to be a keeper for the quarterback because forward off the left tackle and got a nice gain on 1st down of about 6 yards.
Yeah, nice job. They faked that speed sweep again. This time that looked like a quarterback wrap play where he faked the speed sweep. And I'm not sure if the backside tackle pulls, but well blocked at the point of attack to the left side and just falling forward for a 6-yard gain.
Was that Teddy Higgins on the carry? I couldn't.
Was it Goroskowski again, maybe?
Goroskowski.
Yeah.
They both got up from where the tackle was
I'm pretty
made.
sure it was Goroskowski again.
There we go, yeah. And
you can see the wing to the top right. I think that was the lead blocker potentially. And here they come again. This time maybe they give it to him, and no, they'll lead block.
Yeah, Cam
Francoeur has it
around the right side. They got a great gain. He crashes inside the 20 for another Winnacunnet first down.
Clock will stop. They'll move the chains. They'll get a play in quickly. They don't want to have to use a timeout. At this point, Winnacunnet doesn't want to use a timeout because they don't want to lose the momentum that they're creating. They're just going downhill quickly here, but they will call timeout, John. That'll give you a chance to talk about.
Hungry for a meal that
Yes.
really hits the spot. Luke's Bar and Grill serves up juicy burgers, crispy wings, and a full menu of favorites made fresh every day. Pair your meal with an ice-cold beer or a handcrafted cocktail and enjoy it all in a warm, welcoming space. Luke's is the perfect spot to relax and connect. Stop by at 142 Lowell Road in Hudson or see the menu at lukesbarandgrill.com. That's LUKS. Earth Tech Systems, a local premier green heating and cooling technology company. Their goal to save you time and money. They specialize in geothermal HVAC systems. For your heating and cooling needs, contact the experts at Earth Tech Systems. No install or repair project is too challenging for the experts in green HVAC technology. EarthTechSystems.com. John Collins with Jason Roby and the highlight guy himself, Steve Cody, as we work our way into the final moments of the first half of the D2 New Hampshire Junior High School touchdown at the goal, inside the goal line. What a beautiful pass play. It was Teddy Higgins on the reception.
Goroskowski took the direct snap, and they've been running the quarterback keeper in that wildcat look, and this time they dialed that play up, and Higgins all alone didn't get hit till he was a yard deep in the end zone. Well drawn up there
and
by
executed.
the Little Warriors. Yeah,
Yep.
just they've got the whole package here. They're able to run the football outside, inside, downhill. Now they're able to throw the football at will. Again, I'm sure these Winnacunnet Warriors at the high school level are absolutely licking their chops for these young men who are going to be coming up and playing for Winnacunnet High School in another year.
What a great experience this Northeast Junior High Football League is. And a quick strike offense on both sides, really, but the Little Warriors have been super impressive.
Yeah, and a
Handoff.
nice job there. And they've just run the same exact play every time. Parker Oldham, this time he goes off the left side, and again, not touched till he penetrates 2 yards into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good, and suddenly it's a 30-6 ball game, and it was a back and forth in the early going, and Winnacunnet just flexing their muscle here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's almost needless to say this is the most points that the Hudson Litchfield Bears have given up all season. They've had a bunch of shutouts and a bunch of games where they have scored 40 or 50 points, but for the Little Warriors of Winnacunnet to put up a 30 spot in the first half in the championship game is super impressive.
Very impressive, and against a good defense, too, I might add, John. This is a team that hasn't given up a lot of points, as you mentioned, and kudos to the Winnacunnet coaching staff for putting a great game plan in place, and Winnacunnet just executing that game plan to a T.
And ball back on the tee for the kickoff for the Warriors from their own 40. It's short and to the left, has a chance to go out of bounds, and it does as the flag flies.
But not by much.
No, that flag came out a little early, didn't it?
Well,
that ball could have wobbled fair.
Francor was closer to the ball than the return man was, and that could have been all kinds of bad news.
It was a live ball.
It was.
So the officials seemed to be confident it was going to go over the line. I said fair as a baseball came through, but in play.
You can see the outline of the foul lines there down the left field side.
It was definitely inside the baseball foul line the whole way, but the flag comes out because it's out of bounds here on the football pitch at sun-drenched Gill Stadium in
thank
Manchester.
Goodness for the sun. Last night we lost power at Pinkerton Academy, John, and the lights were out, and the only thing you could see were the cell phones that were being waved around and the band. That's the only thing you could hear and see. The band played on.
Did not miss a beat.
Yeah, it was impressive stuff. Here comes your counter, crisscross reverse to the field and running it down from the backside. Ball's on the carpet. This could be a scoop and score, but Johnny on the spot there to recover it.
Oh, disaster for the Hudson Litchfield Bears. Teddy Higgins scoops it up on the busted play that never really developed properly for the Bears.
I thought we were going to get a scoop and score there, and waiting on the backside, big number 60, Mason Eaton, and he did a nice job. And, again, you have to know that the trick play might be coming here from Hudson Litchfield. So as a coaching staff, you tell your team, look, stay home on the backside, be prepared for anything, don't get beat deep. And the interior of Winnacunnet did just that. They stayed home on that backside. It was a long time to develop, a lot of easty-westy running. And look, if you're Hudson Litchfield, you have to try to do something here, right? You don't. There is no tomorrow. You got to the championship game, so they leave no plays unrun here. You have to empty your bag of tricks. Unfortunately for Hudson Litchfield, the ball comes out. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Winnacunnet Little Warriors.
Chance for the Warriors to add even more points before
But you know what,
half.
John? I'm sorry. I spoke early. It's not. The second down is marked on the field, so they might be saying he was down before that ball came out.
Melee and the fumble and all that.
Coach Travis Fowler, the head coach for the Nashua Cougars, standing behind me, said, yeah, he was in fact down.
It is still Hudson Litchfield ball.
So they're fortunate
they
there.
got a break because there was still plenty of time, 52 seconons left.
Now here's the big question.
Field.
Here's the big question. Will Winnacunnet use their timeouts here to try to get the ball back?
Oh, I botched snap. It's rolling free. It's even worse almost than the fumble, as it was nearly a safety. Tackle made inside the 5.
Yeah, I think they're going to say he was forward progress was stopped at about the 3 or 4 yard line. I think they're going to give him the 5 maybe.
Okay, yeah.
But
knocked back after he picked it up. For those who may be watching on the NFHS network, we'd like to say thank you and welcome to the Highlight Guy Sports Network's live stream. If you're looking to play sports in college, let the Highlight Guy help you get noticed. Go to thehighlightguy.com or email steve@thehighlightguy.com. And only 18 seconds left to go. I'm surprised they're even running a play. They heave it up, and it is complete. On the near side. It was received by number 10 for the Hudson Litchfield Bears. Completion made.
Yeah, nice job.
Yeah. And it is a end of the first half.
Ethan Brown. So that'll look nice.
In.
That'll look nice in the statistic column, but with 6.2 seconds left, it's going to be a 30-6 advantage.
Was
still.
that a dangerous play, Coach, in that situation?
Again, you don't. I mean, what plays do you have that you can run when it's when it's that down and distance, and you're
down 36 and you're trying to make something happen.
You can't work on it at practice tomorrow because the season is over after today. So
there's still 6 seconds left in the half.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Well, it's 4th down and a mile. I don't know. I guess it's going to be the last play anyway.
It'll be the last play.
You don't want it to be a pick 6, though. That's the whole thing.
Well, and we've seen that, right, John?
Yes.
We've seen that happen at every
teams
level.
Have done them, and one guy that's done it is this guy, the young man in the red helmet here. It's number 2, Cam Francoeur, has had a interception run back for touchdown.
He's wearing what they call a guardian cap, and you're allowed to wear those now at every level of football for extra protection.
You see him at the pro level.
You do see him at the pro level. We see him in the high school level and the college level as well.
And dropping back is DeRusha. He's going to fire it. Great arm, throwing deep, and it's caught, and he's got it at the 40, the 30, the 20. Unbelievable! They make it with 6 seconds left. The ball is on the 23. It is a 67-yard touchdown. That I don't believe it.
You're saying there's a chance?
Wow!
Yes, there was, and
it was a 77-yard touchdown.
What a great play by the Hudson Litchfield Bears, and what a toss by Francoeur. He just heaved DeRusha, excuse me. He heaved that thing as far as he could. Ball got tipped, found its way.
And Ethan Brown goes the distance. A tip ball, touchdown, and it's a shocker, but that's confidence that Billy Burrows had in his offense.
Why not? And again, there is no tomorrow. You take a shot at the end zone, and it worked out in their favor. They'll go for a 2-point conversion here to try to get it to within 2 scores.
The highlight guy gets the highlight of a lifetime for DeRusha and for Ethan Brown as they try to convert. The ball came loose during the 2-point conversion.
It goes dead on a turnover on an extra point. So we'll go to the half, John, 30
with
to
an
12.
Exclamation point.
And you know what? That might very well make the highlight guy intro. The intro to the highlight guy. I know he's got some good ones on there, but John Collins, you might be included in a highlight guy intro.
Well,
Impressive
I don't
stuff.
know. I don't know if I deserve to after doubting that they could do anything with 6 seconds at 77 yards out.
I knew it all along.
You did. Good for you. We'll go to the halftime break here. John Collins with Jason Roby and Steve Cody in a game where you never know what is going to happen. Second half of the D2 championship here at Gill Stadium coming right up.
I'm a beast. Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home. I'm a beast. Yeah, I
got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Step up in the building, swagger on point, right? Put your seatbelt on, cause it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fight, but then again, maybe not. I'm about to get it in. Yeah, I got it on my mind. Let's end this thing in regulation. I ain't thinking overtime, cause I didn't work overtime, and I ain't trying to overgrind. I transform the beast mode just like
Optimus Prime.
I came here to ball hard. I love this game, it's all I got. That's why I'm going all out and give it everything I got. Yeah, I give it all I got. As if it was my only shot. I play the game to win to the end until I pass out with you.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare.
Hi, this is Deb Cody with the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal and Lakes and Mountains Realty. I have a passion for helping people, and I love to help people with their real estate goals, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. I'm licensed in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine, and work with an incredible team, the Dow Group, which has been the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire for the past several years. Collectively, the team has sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in the past 20 years. If you're curious to know what the local market is like in your area, feel free to reach out via my website, deb.thedowgroup.com, and let's get connected.
Are you looking to play sports in college? Almost every college recruiting website recommends having a highlight video as one of the top 3 crucial recruiting tools. In fact, 93% of college coaches we surveyed said they watch a recruit's highlight video as part of their player assessments. Our sole purpose is to make you look good. Our highlight videos include an athlete bio and accolade page, stop motion, and player highlight. The video is not done until you are completely satisfied and say it's done. We also upload to YouTube or whatever recruiting platform you use. The highlight guide can also film your high school or club games to capture you in action, resulting in amazing footage that you can use to help create your highlight video. We have the expertise to help you get recruited. Check out our website at thehighlightguide.com or contact Steve at thehighlightguide.com to get started on your path to playing sports in college.
Welcome back to Gill Stadium on Championship Saturday, everybody. We're thrilled to be here covering today's Northeast Junior High Football League D2 Championship, the D1 Championship to follow later this afternoon. Right now we're watching the Winnacunnet Little Warriors go at it with the Hudson Litchfield Bears. We saw a breathtaking last-second touchdown for the Hudson Litchfield Bears as the time expired on the clock. 77 yards for the touchdown on the pass from Jackson DeRusha. Action Jackson with that lefty throw that shocked everybody how far he could throw it. The double tip ended up in the hands of Ethan Brown, and we have a kickoff and immediately a flag flies on the
face
opening
mask.
play.
Should be a face mask call, John. Do you see the flag down there? I don't know if I see it. It should be a face mask call as the return man was definitely face masked. But
I think they may have missed it.
They might have missed it, but
you didn't miss it.
I did not.
Because you have the great view from the highlight guy.
Yes.
.com as we make our way toward 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, 15 short of that 1,000 subscribers. So let's go, fans that are watching us around the state.
We got the luck charm. We got the visit from the Nashua Cougars head coach,
Yeah,
right?
Travis Fowler came up to say hello, and they'll be playing later today. But let's talk a little bit about this game, John, and I think it's important to note. It's a 2-for-1 situation for the Hudson Litchfield Bears. What that means is they score on the last play of the first half, and they get the first possession of the second half. So it's a 2-for-1 deal for Hudson. They score here, it could be down to a one-score game. So we'll see how this first possession goes for Hudson Litchfield. Second down, we'll call it 6 from their own 37-yard line.
Jackson DeRusha under center. He's going to hand this ball off to Ethan Forhart. Forhart around the right side, or tried to go around the right side, and got a few. It's going to be, looks like third down and short.
I think that was Ryder Raposa, John, on the carry, number 1, and he wants another face mask call as he was brought down by, I think Parker Oldham was in there as well. So, but that's going to set up a third down and manageable. This is a huge play for the Hudson Litchfield Bears. They need to move those sticks.
Yeah, barring a major loss of yards here, they might even go for it on fourth and short, but that's still to be seen. They're going to hand this off. It is a run over the left side. It looks like Slingerhart, and he is going to get to the 45-yard line. Max Slingerland with the carry.
Nice job, and Slingerland hit the hole, and there was nobody there. He almost looked surprised that there was nobody there. They'll move the sticks, and a great first possession there in Winnacunnet territory now, down to their 45-yard line. Hudson Litchfield has something brewing here in the second half.
Max Slingerland easily with up over 100 yards rushing on the day, including an 80-yard touchdown jaunt that was the first score of the game for Hudson Litchfield. DeRusha spins around. He hands it to the running back coming around. Then it's a big gainer for Goroskowski. He's ripped down inside, or number 44 rather, Colin Tilton for Hudson Litchfield. Big gain.
And I'll tell you the difference in that little wingback counter, John. It was fast, the mesh points were perfect, and it was well blocked. In other words, it didn't take a long time to develop. It was a quick hitter, even though it was a counter, and Tilton ends up getting a huge gain on first down. Momentum going towards the Bears.
Great execution for the Hudson Litchfield Bears on that play. Short gain on first down this time as they go up the middle to Ryder Raposo.
Yeah, nice job. Mason O'Connor was one of the first Winnacunnet Warriors there, but I like what they are doing here. They are just running their base offense. They're getting straight-ahead runs. They're riding the emotional wave of that last play of the first half. They've got the momentum here, and they're quickly deep into Winnacunnet Little Warrior territory.
Playing with momentum and with a sense of urgency to get back in this game. DeRusha, lefty quarterback, had to shift his body to throw it. It's batted around and incomplete.
Yeah, I go back to that's not a terrible play call because you're going to go for it on fourth down, but you have a lefty quarterback and you're going to roll him to the right, which is that's a tough thing to do.
Yeah,
and there was good coverage.
Especially when you have pressure in your face.
Well, that's exactly what happened there. So I might have continued to run the football there. And now you're faced with a 3rd and long, but you don't need it all here. Get 4 or 5. You can come back on 4th down.
The pitch to the outside is Ethan Forhart. Forhart
Yeah, he's
turns
going
the
to get
corner,
it.
and he has got a first down near the 10.
And Forhart got tackled, and I'm going to tell you what happened right there. You might get a horse collar tackle.
Ooh.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it did have the appearance when he went down.
And you hate
awkwardly.
to see that. Yeah, you land on the back of the legs of the running back, and Forhart was it?
They're trying to talk the official out of it. It was not really a horse call.
Oh, they're calling a targeting call.
Really?
I believe they're calling targeting there against Winnacunnet.
Yeah.
And so he went down kind of awkwardly, kind of went backwards on the play, and maybe that's when the targeting came in.
Half the distance.
So it's going to be a 1st and goal at about the 5, let's see, 5-yard line.
Tackle at the 10, halfway is the 5, and goal to go on 1st down. The handoff is to the left, and great job of getting beyond the line of scrimmage to make the tackle by the Little Warriors.
Yeah, it was Colin O'Brien, 34, and he's limping off the field here a little bit. You could see him grab his left shin, his left ankle area. He almost like a run blitz there, John, where he shot the gap to the right side. No call, and you could see Winnacunnet looking for the defensive call as Hudson Litchfield ready to run the next play.
Slingerland gets the – no, it's actually Ethan Forhart that gets the pitch, and he's to the right trying to get to the pylon. He gets inside the 5 before he's downed at about the 3. Still goal to go for the Bears.
This is big, number 2, Francor. Cam Francor is down for Winnacunnet. I will tell you that the Hudson Litchfield Bears may have gotten away with a hold there at the point of attack on that toss sweep.
A lot of concern for
Cam
Francor.
And rightfully so. Francor is down on the turf. He is moving, but he is in some pain, so both teams will come to the sideline. Hope he's okay. We'll hope for the best here as the Hudson Litchfield Bears are trying to make this a 1-score game, which would happen if they got the touchdown and the 2-point conversion with 6:11 to go in the 3rd.
Bouvier Prepare provides comprehensive college recruiting consulting services for student athletes and their families. If you're looking for guidance in the process of lacrosse, field hockey, soccer, or volleyball, Bouvier Prepare can provide a personalized plan for success. Contact them at bouvierprepare@gmail.com. If you like what you're seeing and hearing with our live stream and you think you'd like to advertise with the Highlight Guy or just want more information, you can contact Steve at thehighlightguy.com.
Yeah, both teams taking a knee right now, an obvious concern on the far side of the field as they continue to look at Cameron Francor, the young man that was hurt on the play, and obviously in good hands down there at about the 2-3 yard line. We're going to take a break here at the Highlight Guy. Pay some bills. We'll be right back as the Hudson Litchfield Bears are on the attack. You are watching live on the Highlight Guy.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare.
Cam Francor is such a high IQ football player and a good player both ways, Jason, that he's going to be involved at the point of attack lots of times. And unfortunately, it bit him that time as I think he bore the brunt of the pile coming his way.
Well, it was good news. He got up under his own power, and he walked off gingerly off the field. We can see him. Now they're kind of carrying him over towards the bench. He tried to put some weight on that leg.
3rd and 4 from the goal to go, and the Bears think
touchdown.
They have it. They do. A touchdown on the play on 3rd down and 4. They do get the yards. And it looked like it was
it number 0? I think it was Forhart on the carry. It was. He's in for the touchdown, so 30-18. So what we're talking about here, John, is 12 unanswered points by this Hudson Litchfield team. If they get the 2-point conversion here, I kind of misspoke. It would be a 30-20 game. You'd still need the 2 scores, but talk about momentum changer with 6:06 to go in the third quarter. Hudson riding that emotion.
Absolutely. They were down 30-6. On the 2-point try, it's going to be short of the line.
Yeah, it was 4 hard again on the carry, but Teddy Higgins, I'll tell you right now, stepped into that gap and filled that hole nicely. He was the first little warrior there on the scene. And when you're a linebacker, when you're in the secondary, what they teach you is it cloudy or is it clear? And what I mean by that is you kind of have a picture in front of you, and if it's cloudy, you continue your scrape as you minimize the gain. And when it becomes clear, when that hole opens up, you fill that gap swiftly, you fill it quickly, and you fill it aggressively, and that's exactly what Higgins did there. It was cloudy for a second, and when it was clear, he shot that gap and met the ball carrier in the hole.
Love the lingo.
Yeah.
And since we're talking about clouds, can you tell me what type of clouds those are above the field?
Cumulonimbus. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, it's something. It's a flat-bottom cumulus cloud, I
cumulus,
think. It's a flat-bottom cumulus. I'm going with that.
Well,
but it's a beautiful day here at Gill Stadium. Great sunshine. This is a noontime start. Best time to start at this time of the year. And the Warriors do pick it up. It was a live ball. Good decision there by number 3, Brogan Foley.
And what I like what Foley did there, John, is he got the ball and he didn't just fall down. It was a roller, which means he had time to pick it up because it was low to the ground. If it was up in the air, that's a little bit different. Pick it up, get a few yards. You're near your sideline. You can get out of bounds, secure the ball. And he did just that. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Now, this is a huge defensive opportunity for the Hudson Litchfield Bears.
Yeah, their goal is to get a 3-and-out and get the ball back and make it a 1-score game.
You can see they're looking at the knee. It looks like the knee of
left knee. Yeah, Cam
Francor. Hope that young man is okay.
Yeah, more than the pain, it's the frustration not being able to play with your teammates on the big stage. For the moment, at least, Cam is out of the game. The handoff is up the middle. Goroskowski crashes forward for a nice chunk on 1st down.
They lined up in a double tight end flanker. They brought that flanker in motion, and they ran a play called double isolation. And double isolation means they're leading 2 blockers up the field on the near side linebacker, and Goroskowski follows them. Nice gain on 1st down, be 2nd down and about 6.
So on the near hash mark now, the Little Warriors like to run the ball. They have thrown it a couple of times, but primarily a running game. And up to the line of scrimmage they go on 2nd and 6. It's going to be handed off up the middle. Breaking it to the outside goes Teddy Higgins. Teddy Higgins all the way past midfield, a huge gainer of about 18, 19 yards.
And Higgins went straight ahead. It looked like there was a little problem with the handoff, but he was able to gather it back in, and he almost rode that like riding a wave. He hit the side, he hit the line of scrimmage, and then ran off the backs of his lead blockers, bounced it out to the left just a tad, and a nice gain there to pick up the 1st down, 1st and 10 from midfield.
Past the halfway or the midway point of the 3rd quarter. And the Warriors looking to create more distance again between themselves and the Hudson Litchfield Bears on the move at the 50. They drive across it. Good tackle after a very short gain of Goroskowski.
Yeah, it looked like a similar play. Goroskowski hits the line and then kind of bounces to the near hash, just inside the near hash. Good sizable hole for Goroskowski to run through. 2nd down, we'll call it 8.
Samuel Fowler, number 77, a big force right in the middle of that Hudson Litchfield Bears line in on the tackle. He's one of the big reasons why it is so difficult to run up the middle on this Hudson Litchfield Bears team. You can also see Connor Tilton is up front. And digging in is Dominic Packer as well, a defensive lineman and full-time starter for this Bears team. As they go in pursuit, they elude one tackler, but not 2 or 3 more as Teddy Higgins is tackled near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that particular time, what they do is they pull the near side tackle. So they down block with the tight end. The tackle pulls and tries to lead the charge. But there was great pursuit by the Hudson Litchfield team, primarily because you run that play into the boundary. You know, there's not a lot of field over there, and so you use that sideline as your extra defender. Was well played by the Bears.
Lincoln DeRocher's another name up front, and we have Francisco Livrari, number 57, was in on that tackle for the Hudson Litchfield Bears. So they're trying to come up with a big stop here on 3rd and 7. Looking to pass, 2-step drop. He's got an open receiver. It is complete in the linebacker area. That is a first down conversion for the Little Warriors. Well-executed pass play.
Yeah, Garrett Jackson was the recipient of that one. A little pop pass where they just kind of like a little Johnny Lujack jump pass, we call it, from back in the day. And kind of got behind the linebacking core as they kind of had sucked up towards the line of scrimmage. And a nice play call there by the Winnacunnet Little Warriors. 1st and 10. Once again, they continue to move the sticks.
Yeah, Garrett wasn't wide open, but just enough. Step on the defenders, and the ball was put right in there.
Yeah, they reached to the left side, and a good block. Oh, I tell you what's going to happen on that one.
It's negated.
I'm not sure I agree with it, but I don't have a vote in in this one. This time, Garrett reached block. You could see him with his palms up. He reached blocked on that left side, sealed the left defensive end, but they're going to call him for holding.
I think it was Ethan Forhart that was in the backfield that created that hold.
Yeah.
And good play by him. He got the flag, and play comes back, and it's going to be 1st and long for the Little Warriors.
So that'll set them back. I don't think you do anything different here. You continue to run your base offense.
1st and 20.
And again, you're up by 10 with 2:21 to go in the 3rd quarter. The clock is your friend.
Brogan Foley calling the signals for the Little Warriors. He's going to hand this one off up the middle to Teddy Higgins. Higgins crashes over the right side. Tackled after a 1 or 2 yard gain. It's going to bring up 2nd and very long.
Nice job there by Higgins following his lead blocks and falling forward. But again, that's going to set up a 2nd down. We'll call it 16 yards. They have flipped the field, so 4 down territory here probably for the Little Warriors as they have 3 downs to get 16 yards. So when you look at it in that regard, you need 5 to 6 yards per play here on average. My everyday math coming up here. Tight end flanker to the right, split end to the left, quarterback under center with 2 backs in the backfield.
And that's Goroskowski and Teddy Higgins. Higgins gets the flip. He's to the right side. He cuts it up. Good gain on 2nd down with 16 needed. He got about half of it or more down to the 25-yard line.
Higgins following the lead interference out in front of him. Well done, not just with the initial contact, but after contact, the offensive line and the lead blockers continue to stay engaged with the defensive players, allowing Higgins to make a sizable gain, making it a 3rd and manageable here for the Little Warriors.
Absolutely, and knowingly that they're in 2 down territory here, so 2 downs to get 5 yards to keep this drive alive. Brogan Foley under center. He's got Rowan Goronkowski and also Teddy Higgins in the backfield. He's going to hand it to Goronkowski.
Wow.
Big gap. He runs through it. He's got a 1st down as he crashes inside the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Little Warriors.
That opened up like the Red Sea, and there was nobody there. Great blocking at the point of attack. Nice job of reading those blocks by the running back, Goroskowski. And Rowan moves the sticks. 1st and 10 for the Little Warriors inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Rowan. Is that how it goes?
Sure.
As though the rolling right along are these Winnacunnet Warriors as they march down the field trying to add to their 30-18 lead. And this would be a big momentum breaker for the Hudson Litchfield Bears. Teddy Higgins still on his feet inside the 5, reaches for the pylon, and
they're going to say he's out of bounds at about the 1-yard line,
He must have stepped out because he definitely made contact with the football in the pylon.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, you got to be very careful when you reach for that pylon, because if you lose the ball and it goes out of bounds through the end zone, it's a touchback. I get it. I love it.
Happening.
I love
levels,
it, but
right?
at the same
all
time,
levels.
you just got to be careful. I know you're sniffing that end zone. You got a 1st and goal from the 1.
Yeah.
Just make sure you get an opportunity to run that first down play. But a good effort, and again, great blocking as Higgins got all the way down to the 1-yard line. Chance here for the Little Warriors to go up by 3 scores once again.
So, yeah, just a yard to go to get the touchdown.
That's we got 1 second left in the third quarter. 0.1, is it?
Or is it? Yeah, it's 0.1 seconds.
Well, they're going to run the play.
How does that even stay up there? Wow. Yeah, it's the single candle pin up on the scoreboard. We think it's 0.1 seconds left, but it's enough to run a play. Are they going to call timeout? Brogan almost faked the timeout. Now they get it. You can't fake a timeout. That would be a penalty.
Well, I don't know why you would run a timeout either. You mean to let the quarter end and then just go to the other end of the field unless there's some betting odds in Vegas that we don't know about.
Because he went out of bounds?
Did he go out of bounds? He did?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I know they stop it for a first down. Yeah, that's probably
right.
right.
They could do a Mike Vrabel and just take a down off right on the goal line.
I mean, it's possible that his knee touched down at the 1-yard line, too.
I don't know if you watched that Patriots game where Vrabel just basically sacrificed first down to kill clock. My jaw dropped on that decision, but he ended up getting a Stephon Diggs touchdown pass with no time left on the clock.
Yeah, he did. That was a big play,
gamble.
and that was a great catch too by Diggs, and he's proving to be extremely valuable. The issues that they had in the offseason are long in the rearview mirror now.
When you step into Luke's Bar and Grill, you're stepping into more than just a restaurant. It's a family-owned and operated spot that's been serving the community since 2019. Their motto, never forget where you came from. With a commitment to good food, great service, and giving back, Luke's is where neighbors become friends. Visit them today at 142 Lowell Road in Hudson or online at lukesbarandgrill.com. That's Luke's with a L-U-K-S. Thrilled to be here at Gill Stadium calling the Northeast Junior High Football League Championships, D2 and D1, as the Little Warriors of Winnacunnet try to go up by 3 scores again, and they are in.
Yeah, Higgins just plows straight ahead.
That is the last play of the third quarter.
And they will run that untimed down from, I believe, the other side. I don't know. They'll stay right here
for the conversion.
Run that 2-point conversion. That was the last play of the third quarter. And we have a new sponsor here that we're going to want to talk about in just a minute. Let's wait for the fourth quarter.
After the conversion try here. And Little Warriors have been very successful on these, running the ball mostly. And they'll do it again. The big guy, Owen Parker.
Yeah, Parker, same play, same result. Isolation to the right. Parker Oldham goes.
Parker Oldham, sorry.
And he is in for the 2-point conversion, 38-18 now in favor of the Winnacunnet Little Warriors. Hey, that'll give us a chance to talk about extreme athletics, and the proof is on the field. The majority of the Nashua Cougars varsity squad have been training with Coach Jeff and Coach Tony at Extreme Athletics for the past 4 years. And the results, well, they speak for themselves. Their strength, speed, discipline, and football IQ have all been built through consistent year-round commitment. At Extreme Athletics, there is no off-season. Athletes are pushed to reach their full potential through structured training, proper technique, and a culture that rewards hard work. The program focuses on developing complete athletes physically, mentally, and competitively. So if you want to take your game to the next level, this is where it starts. Find Extreme Athletics on Facebook or reach out directly to Coach Jeff for training opportunities at Extreme Athletics.
Kickoff by Winnacunnet is to the side again. It's going to stay in play, though. Live ball picked up and run out of bounds by Ryder Raposa. 1st and 10 for the Hudson Litchfield Bears to begin the fourth quarter, where they find themselves down by a lot. 20 points, 38-18.
Yeah, you need 3 scores here. And here's the thing, if you're Hudson Litchfield, you talk to your kids about. There is no 20-point score here in football. In other words, you can't get all 20 back in one shot. So you have to be smart with how you do it. You gotta get a touchdown here, maybe play some defense, get another score, and then think about onside kick. But You've got to continue to run your base offense here. Maybe you open the playbook up a little bit.
Jackson DeRusha throwing on first down. He's got a receiver wide open, and getting up and running with it is Colin Tilton. Big gain down the left side.
Ooh, Tilton drops the shoulder and finally pushed out of bounds from 81, Brennan Thompson. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to go back and watch that one, John, and the question was Tilton's knee down when he caught that ball?
Well, actually, I think it was. I was going to say, do they have pro rules here?
No, sir.
No, they did. They say his knee was elevated enough where he didn't touch down, so it could have very well gone the other way, but instead it goes a long distance left to right. As the ball was on the 27, he gets it all the way down to the 35, so a gain of about quick math.
A lot.
38 yards on that play.
They'll run the speed sweep off to the right side, blocked on the perimeter.
Slingerland trying to one man to beat, gets pushed out of bounds, or he could have had another go the distance touchdown to match his 80-yard jaunt in the first half. It is 1st and 10, though, for the Hudson Litchfield Bears.
A good block on the perimeter there as one man took out 2 defenders, so a nice job of pushing one defender into the other. And now the playbook is back in phase here. You can do a bunch of different things. You know you have a quarterback in DeRusha that can sling it. You have receivers that can catch it, and you have a running game that is dialed in as well. Here comes that counter play.
Colin Tilton is going to be tackled in the backfield.
Yeah, number 34. Colin O'Brien.
Colin O'Brien again making a nice play. We said his name a lot this afternoon.
Cloudy or clear? It was cloudy at first, then it cleared up. And O'Brien kind of stepped up into that hole and made a nice textbook tackle.
Really well done. And so that's going to set up a 2nd and 13 after the tackle for 3-yard loss. Jackson DeRusha is back in the shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff, look to pass left. It is complete in the flat, and that is Colin Tilton wrestled to the ground after a gain of about 4 or 5 yards.
Good play there by Tilton. Got to keep that ball. Don't reach for the yardstick when it's first down. Keep it in tight. Don't turn the ball over. You have an opportunity here inside of 8:45 to score. You can get it to within 2 scores.
It was actually a gain of only 3 yards, so it's going to set up 3rd down and 10.
But it's 3rd down and 10 inside of the 23, so you're going to run 2 plays here anyway.
If needed. Big play offense, this Hudson Litchfield Bears team. They've got a 80-yard touchdown run and a 77-yard touchdown pass. And it's a ball knocked out of the quarterback's hands as he was throwing it. They're going to call it a forward incomplete pass.
Yeah, DeRusha's arm was going forward. It looked like he had a man potentially deep, but it'll set up a 4th down. This you could contend that this is the play of the game, John.
It really is, because they're already down by 20, and if they give the ball up to Winnacunnet here, they're going to take all kinds of valuable time off the clock with only 8:20 to go in the game. And a key 4th down and must-make situation. 10 yards to get for Jackson DeRusha and the Hudson Litchfield Bears looking to pass deep left. He's going to overthrow everybody, and it's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, they had bracketed Raposa underneath and over the top. He split those defenders, but it was just a little long, and he couldn't come down with it. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Little Warriors, and that might be the play. Barring a turnover here that cements a championship.
I agree. It's just a big hill to climb with not enough time to do it. So the D2 championship going on right now will be followed by the other 2 organizations that are represented here on Championship Saturday at Gill Stadium, the Salem Rams and the Nashua Cougars, who are must-see TV on the Highlight Guy Network. If you like what you're seeing and hearing with our live stream and think you'd like to advertise with the Highlight Guy or just want more information, contact Steve at thehighlightguy.com.
And we have 547 folks that are viewing right now, so reach out to Steve at thehighlightguy.com. It's what all the cool kids are doing.
There's a run for Rowan Goroskowski to the left side. He gains 3 or 4 hard-earned yards. It's going to be a 2nd down and 7.
And based on that last statement I made, we joke around a lot, but we love covering these games and we love getting new sponsors. And we are out in the community. Local businesses are taking advantage of advertising with the highlight guy, and we get news all the time that these businesses are picking up. Folks are getting more business because of advertising with the highlight guy. So make sure you get out there and contact Steve Cody and tell him you're interested. We do a lot of work with local businesses, and we're happy to support yours as well.
Under center now is Brogan Foley's going to hand this ball off to the left. It looks like Teddy Higgins is off to the races. He is at the 40, the 30. Will anybody catch him? No. It's going to be Teddy Higgins for a 77-yard touchdown run.
That's going to seal the deal. And I'll tell you what happened there. Higgins got the handoff, and he gave a little delay before he hit that hole. He let things develop in front of him, and then he was slow to the hole, and then he accelerated through it. And that's a lot of times what you tell your kids is don't always be, you always tell your kids, get to the hole quickly. Sometimes you have to let things develop in front of you. Higgins did, and as a result, he goes yard for what should be the finality of this one in terms of who was going to win the game. It looks like it's going to be a Winnacunnet Little Warrior title. 7:12 to go.
Getting that W, the Warriors of Winnacunnet, as they go for the after touchdown conversion. Foley's going to hand this off, and it is the big guy again.
Yeah, they've run the same exact play every time they've scored on that 2-point conversion. And Parker, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
Parker Oldham goes in and makes it a 46-18 game. And I will say this, congrats. There's still a lot of time left in the ball game, John, but it appears, for all intents and purposes, that Winnacunnet's going to win this title. But I have to say, I am ever impressed by this Hudson Litchfield team and the fight that they have shown, especially at the end of the first half, and then coming out in the second half and going down the field, marching down the field to score. Just impressive, and that's a credit to these kids. It's also a credit to the coaching staff and really the type of way that they approach this. There's a great thing that they've done. There is no tomorrow. Let's continue to do the things that we do that have gotten us to this point, and that just speaks to culture, and really not just culture of both programs, right? It's impressive to see out here on display. The right two teams are in this game, well coached, great following. Only one team can win, but boy, kudos to both of these programs for getting here today.
The Hudson Litchfield Bears coaching staff, led by Billy Burrows, assisted by Joe DeRusha, Anthony Mokia, A.J. Babiello, Austin Parada, and Miguel Rivera. Great job and a great season. As we play the last 7 minutes here, big deficit for the Hudson Litchfield Bears, down 46-18. These kind of point totals are not a strange thing for the Little Warriors of Winnacunnet. They have won games 58-6, 50-6, 48-0, 52-0, and just piling up the points all season long. They were even able to do it on the top stage here today. But no matter what happens after this game ends, and we had spectacular length of the field touchdown runs for both teams, Slingerland and Teddy Higgins. That touchdown play from Jackson DeRusha to Ethan Brown, that's going to stand up, I think, as the highlight of the game.
For sure.
It's the miraculous 6 seconds left. There's
a big another highlight.
Slingerland going the distance on the far sideline, and he's going to go all the way. Another huge run for a touchdown. Ball was on the 38. That's a 62-yard touchdown jaunt to go with his 80-yarder in the first half.
They are not going silently into that Queen
well.
City afternoon.
Yeah.
They are continuing, and a nice job there. So now, got to think you might see an onside kick potentially from this Hudson Litchfield team. Why not? Continue to go at it. No quit in this team as Slingerland slings to the sideline and goes off to the races.
If it wasn't for the fence and the traffic, he could have been on to Cincinnati. That's how far he could have run with that. That was a tremendous display of running back skill there by Slingerland to run by all of these I mean, this is the championship team he's running by for 63 and 80 yards. And
well, you don't get to
wow.
this point without having some
Explosive
playmakers,
players,
without
yeah.
having some young men that have gotten you to this point. And Slingerland certainly not going to let the last 7 minutes just go in the books. He's going to continue to, put up points, and why not? That's built into your culture. That's built into the way that you practice and played all year. And I'm anxious to see if we will see an onside kick here, John. It'd be kind of a neat thing. We have not seen a true onside kick really all year. We do see the squib kick and so forth, but and looking at this Winnacunnet Warrior team, they're putting guys that might not touch the ball a whole lot up on their front line. So we'll see what Hudson Litchfield dials in.
46-24 is the score. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Deb Cody from the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal is a luxury realtor licensed in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. You can contact Deb Cody at deb@thedowgroup.com.
They are going to go for this onside kick as they overload to the right side. You could see the shift.
Certainly is the formation to do it. As they tee it up at their own 40, and the Warriors get ready for it. Here it is. It's a good
kick.
One. Up in the air.
Oh,
tested,
wow.
And it is fielded by a Londonderry alert up man, number 62.
Yeah, number 62, William Bowley Bill Bowley went up there and grabbed that thing. What a great onside kick.
A must-make play for Bowley because that would have been an easy recovery. He was the only one over there in a white jersey.
I was looking at the ball on the tee, and what we used to do, we didn't want to tip our hat all the time we were onside kicking, but we used to rotate the football towards our kicking foot so that the white stripe was facing us.
Yeah.
And that was our aiming point, the top of that ball. We wanted to top that ball, and I wasn't sure we were going to get it, but a nice onside kick, but an even better recovery by Bowley. Or Bowley, I hope I'm saying it right.
Coach Foley in his game notes, I want to say, I didn't get to work this in yet about Teddy Higgins, and Teddy Higgins has shown what he can do this afternoon. With that huge touchdown he had on this last touch. That's Goroskowski that stopped in the backfield by the Hudson Litchfield front line defenders.
Yeah, Christian Karavulius was on the tackle. Sorry, John, go ahead.
Coach Foley said Teddy Higgins, not a captain, but one of the most dynamic players on the field. We saw it. Has multiple touchdowns rushing and receiving, is an excellent run stopper and pass rusher at defensive end, and he has had a huge impact on this game. Teddy Higgins shining on the big stage this afternoon. So up to the line of scrimmage with second down and 11 after the 1-yard loss on first down. Time is the friend of the Little Warriors of Winnacunnet. They're up 46-24 with the football, and just 6 minutes remaining now as the clock rolls, and Teddy Higgins wrapped up in the backfield.
Still driving.
Refusing to go down until he gets at least positive yardage.
Nice tackle there by big number 66 from his defensive line position. That was Luke Machia. And Luke penetrated and was able to get Higgins in the backfield. 21 eighth graders by my count on this Winnacunnet team will be heading off to the high school next year. And, many of them will play freshman football. Yeah.
Hampton Academy and Seabrook. Schools, but they'll probably end up at Winnacunnet, right? Seabrook kids go to Winnacunnet.
Yeah, it could be.
And what a good team they have developing over there on the Seacoast. Look out. They're good every year, though.
They are, and this is the offense they run. So and look at that play off the left side.
Goroskowski just roaming in space as he makes his way near sideline, tackled at the 31st down for the Little Warriors of Winnacunnet.
Yeah, good form tackle there by Raiden Blanchard, but not before Goroskowski picks up the first down, and the clock will continue to run once they reset. And I think we're going to get a timeout called on the field. I believe the timeout, I could be wrong, but I think the timeout was called by Winnacunnet.
Hopefully, too, I want to say Cam Francoeur, a star for this champion Winnacunnet team, was hurt in was it the first half? It was, right?
No, was it third quarter, I feel like maybe?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. He is headed probably to Winnacunnet as well, and hopefully his football career can continue. There he is. They're holding that left leg. And just a good player early in his career. And we wish him a full, speedy recovery in time for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Oh,
Here
boy. My favorite time. Well, Halloween, my favorite time of year, John, but a close second.
Earth Tech Systems, a local premier green heating and cooling technology company. Their goal, to save you time and money. They specialize in geothermal HVAC systems. For your heating or cooling needs, contact the experts at earthtechsystems.com. No install or repair project too challenging for the experts in green HVAC technology.
Sorry, John. That timeout was called by Winnacunnet. They have one left, and I'm sure the message was simple. Hold on to the ball. Don't get involved in any extracurriculars. And ball security as Higgins takes the ball off the right side.
Yeah,
nice game.
2 hands on that football.
Yeah, and that clearly was the message and the reason for the timeout, I'm thinking.
Right. So to seal the deal now, the clock is rolling with 4:45 left to go in the D2 championship for the Northeast Junior High Football League. The coaching staff for Winnacunnet doing a great job today.
Want to give them a nice shout-out as well, as it appears they're going to be hoisting up a championship trophy at the end of this one. We'll give them a shout-out at the end of this play here.
And there is the hardware down right on home plate here at Gill Stadium awaiting the winner. The handoff is to Teddy Higgins. He finds a seam, still wrapping up that ball with 2 hands carefully as he plows forward for a first down.
They're trying to tackle the football there, John. So that coaching staff was right to make that timeout call, and that coaching staff includes the head man, Tom Foley, Chuck Oldham, Corey Roy, John Goroskowski, Rob Bean, Frank Tomeo, Ryan Sharp, Brian Dumont, Brian Beauparlant, Brian Kelly, and Artie Cole are the assistants. So a full staff there, as you see on the screen, your championship hardware for the Division I and the Division II champions. And I believe there are potentially players of the game, maybe a runner-up trophy as well.
Credit to all the parents that get their kids up, dressed and ready for the games.
Yeah.
Keep them well-fed, well-rested to participate. A lot of time and energy and passion invested in this league and by the players and the parents behind the scene. Rowan Goroskowski with the carry toward the left side. He's tackling near the line of scrimmage, but the main thing is ball control and ticking the time off the clock.
Yeah, Susian on the bottom of that pile. And we talk about it all the time, John, there are a lot of things you could be doing on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon. These parents get up at the early hours, get their kids out the door, and they volunteer to be coaches in these organizations. They volunteer to, sell food at concession stands to raise money for the programs. And kudos to them. Kids, we give you a lot of props and a lot of accolades here, but be sure to thank your parents and those folks that may get you to the field every day and are out there when it's pitch black out. As Goroskowski's going to scamper into the end zone and go in for another touchdown.
10-yard run.
Yeah, be sure to thank your parents for being there for you and all those support folks that make you these days possible. And if not for them, we wouldn't be here too, being able to call these games. And we certainly enjoy giving you guys the props you deserve as well. So congratulations to all the players and the families from the Hudson Litchfield team and the Winnacunnet team for making it this far here today, but all the teams throughout the Northeast Junior High League.
So Brogan Foley's going to hand this ball off, and it is an easy 2-point score. Again, the big man, Parker Oldham. So
I wonder if they just call that play the Parker play. Maybe they call it Parker left, Parker right.
Yeah.
They've had some success on that play.
Sure is. 30-point lead for the Little Warriors of Winnacunnet with just over 2:40 to go in the game. Brogan Foley, the field general, according to Coach Foley, with a lot of touchdown passes, a few touchdown runs of his own, has had a strong presence in this championship game as well as Rowan Goroskowski, who the team or the coaching staff refers to as the Ultimate Warrior. Remember him from the
sure
WWE? Oh, how you can never forget him. He can dominate the game in all facets with multiple rushing, passing, and receiving touchdowns. He's added a bunch here today.
I might add, you didn't know this, and you can't see it because he's behind the camera, but Steve Cody, the highlight guy himself, paints his face like the Ultimate Warrior before every game. He is in full regalia here. He's got the armbands, he's got the flowing locks, and the face paint of the Ultimate Warrior. Pretty impressive to come in your wrestling trunks on a cold day here, too.
Also the mood swings, don't forget those. And the run play to the right side.
Oh, he's got a seam down the right side.
Colin Tilton still on his feet.
Wow.
Great run back for the Hudson Litchfield Bears. You can see the potent playmakers they have on this team that brought them here to the championship game with big point totals of their own.
And I think that was Slingerland, John, again on the
yeah.
I think it was I believe Max
Slingerland?
Slingerland, number 11, right, for Hudson Litchfield?
I thought it
was it 11?
I thought it was 44, but
okay.
Both of those guys are capable.
Sure.
For sure.
Well, whether it was Tilton or Slingerland, we've said their name a number of times here today, and
we wish them great success at the
for
next
sure.
level.
Oh my goodness, I'm sure. The coaches at both Campbell High School, Coach Costello, and we talked about the Alvern coaching staff earlier today. Extremely excited to get these young men into their programs.
So Jackson DeRusha gets the low snap, able to flip it, and a stiff arm by Ethan Forhart as he takes it wide to the left. Forhart is inbounds as he gets inside the 15.
Yeah, Forhart showing great job of walking down that tightrope. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. So great job by this Hudson Litchfield team to get the most bang for their buck on Championship Saturday. They're not going to score enough points to win this one, but they're going to make. They already have made it respectful, and they have a chance to get their 30th point.
They turned 6 seconds into a 77-yard touchdown pass at the end of the first half, just a jaw dropper, and the handoff to the right side, and it is a.
He's going to go in, John.
Touchdown.
He's in
all the way from the 11-yard line. Slingerland with another touchdown. What a great game today by Max.
Yeah, we got
Slingerland.
84 points on the board here by both of these teams combined. And
wow.
Again, that's just a culture. There is no quit in either one of these teams. And I say it all the time, and having coached at one time and been on the short end from time to time, there is honor in the fight. And there is honor in what this Hudson Litchfield team is doing. And that's not going to make them feel good at the end of the day today. But they'll look back and have great memories on a fantastic season.
Jackson DeRusha, great pass, and it is complete on the left flat. I believe that was
Connor Tilton.
Connor Tilton on the reception.
So nice job there. And it's 54-32. And, hey, we're going to get a chance to see maybe another onside kick here, John.
I definitely think we're going to see another onside kick. Speaking to your comment about the fight, that they never give up, and that's going to be true, I think, as they fight through the last 2 minutes and 16 seconds of this one.
You're building what you're doing here, and I just want to throw this out. I can't stress it enough. You're not going to, 20, 30 years from now, you won't remember the score of this game, but the things that help keep pushing you through when the going gets tough, when you are down, those are the things that your foundation of the person that you become in life. And that's why football is such a great game. It really takes young folks and teaches them to keep pushing through when things aren't always going your way in life. And that's a credit to both of these teams and their coaching staffs for instilling it in these kids and their parents and their support staff as well. So congratulations to both of these teams out here today. They'll set the scoreboard back at 0 in about 2 minutes and 16 seconds, but the lessons and the things that you learn from this game will stay with you for a lifetime.
And also, when you play football as well as these kids do on both sides of the ball, it's almost like the scores are irrelevant sometimes. You just want to make a play, make a highlight for the highlight guy. And here comes another one. It's a flag, though, during the onside kick try.
Yeah.
And I believe it went against the kick team. Somebody got ahead of the play.
May have been an offsides.
Yeah.
You can't go beyond the ball. I don't know if they have to do it over again or if they can decline the penalty. I think it's a dead ball, so they will, in fact, kick the ball again.
If you or somebody in your family looking to play sports in college, let the highlight guy help them get noticed and recruited. Highlight Guy creates highlight videos, films sporting events, and live streams with all the goal of helping athletes get noticed by college coaches. With the Highlight Guy, you are the star. Let us help you. Go to thehighlightguy.com or email Steve directly, steve@thehighlightguy.com. So they tee it up at the 35 instead of the 40. And we'll do that onside kick again. It's to this side this time, and it's really onside, and it's really short and out of bounds.
Yeah, it has to go 10 yards or be touched by the receiving team, and so it'll be first down.
I got that shout out on the onside kick from Tom King, and I just want to squeeze it in to the Northeast Junior High Football League game, but I really think the best onside kick is to get a kicker that's got some accuracy and kick it off the lower legs of the up guy as hard as you can. Now, Jason Roby, the great coach that he is, he has a recipe for how to avoid this, literally. And that is, first of all, you don't show your numbers to the bullet dodgeball kicker.
Right, yeah.
But the bullet dodgeball is the way to go, and I think it's going to make its way to the pro level very soon.
Well, you have to declare when you onside kick now based on the
big
program.
Hole
and Gors, great job by Gorskowski to just slide, and that's just – and you know what that is too,
class.
John? That's just class, and it's also recognizing where you are, you know, in the structure of the game and the time of the game inside of 2 minutes. That's just a good job by Gorskowski, and I wouldn't be surprised. You look at this Hudson Litchfield team, they have all 3 timeouts. They're not going to use any of them. That's just and that's another feather in the cap of both of these teams and these coaching staffs. These kids are taught the right way to play the game, and that's just we're
mutual
happy to bring
respect.
this to mutual respect. Well done by both of these coaching staffs.
Yeah, it's a Wicked 2 premiere weekend. We got 2 wicked good matchups going on here. It is a run
get
to the left.
First down and
Higgins is going to dance
and
out
he
of
does.
bounds.
He taps out
How
that
tempting
line.
Was
yeah,
that
I'm
for the
sure.
young man, yeah?
You know, and at this point with 1:17 to go, you'll probably see 3 consecutive knees, and they'll get out of Dodge, and then we'll do the trophy presentation down in the middle of the field in about. There's 1:17 to go in this one. You're seeing 3:15 on our scoreboard on the screen, but there you go.
You see, the Salem Rams are warming up at the top of your screen, or when we get to the middle of the field, you'll see them. They're warming up here at Gill Stadium. A lot of room on the turf out near where the outfielders make catches up against the outfield fence.
Yeah.
And then the Nashua Cougars are warming up below us, and what a great matchup that will be later this afternoon with Jason Roby. You going to get some help on the call?
Yeah, Chad Zabolis, the head coach of the National North Titans, going to be joining me up here in the booth, John. And as we said,
2 great coaching minds in the same booth.
Opinions vary.
Just 2?
Well,
no.
Steve is, again,
he's learned a lot about football from you, as I have.
He's got his Ultimate Warrior mindset on right now.
Doing these games, the Northeast Junior High Football League games.
I got to give Steve a ride home today after that, too. Yeah,
okay. Actually, tonight. It'll be very
it'll be
dark
tonight.
by the time you leave
Gill
Stadium.
Usually Steve hitchhikes home. A lot of people don't know this. He likes to get down on the road. And
I think you're telling stories about Steve. But it's great. You're a great duo for the Highlight Guy, especially on these Northeast Junior High League games. And celebration commences. They have the banner and everything out there for the D2 state champions for the Northeast Junior High Football League for 2025. It is the Little Warriors of Winnacunnet, a 54-32 victory on Championship Saturday.
Yeah, congratulations to Winnacunnet. To the victor go the spoils, and they are waving that flag, and rightfully so. They'll meet for the post-game handshake, and all kinds of excitement there. And that's another reason why we love doing these games. These kids will look back on this, when they have kids one day and say, hey, I played in the football championship game when I was in 8th grade, and there is video footage of it on the Highlight Guy, and they'll dial that up. And in addition, you look at the other side of the ledger. It's a disappointed Hudson Litchfield team, but look, they battled valiantly, and they did not go down without a fight. They scored 32 points against a Winnacunnet team that does not give up 32 points in a game, and so that is an impressive feat. And I'm sure they're disappointed right now, but they'll look back and have fond memories of the way that they played this year. They did it the right way, and kudos to both coaching staffs both of these teams, as we wait at the 50-yard line for the post-game handshake. Coach is going to, I'm sure, send them over there in just a minute to do that handshake. And one of the things that I really love, and I know they did it at the end of last year's Londonderry-Nashua game that we happen to be able to call here on the Highlight Guy, both coaching staffs got together with both teams, and both sets of coaches got to speak to all the youngsters after the conclusion of the game. And I'm sure as one big group, because I think what that does is, look, we all have the same message for our young people, right? Do things the right way, work hard, continue to push forward, especially when the going gets tough, and you can do great things in life. And I think that's what sport is all about, right? Because at the end of the day, there's going to be one winner and one team's going to come up a little bit short. But look at all these kids down there participating. Look at all these kids down there doing the right thing and all these coaches that are paying it forward. Someone made a difference in their life somewhere down the line where they want to give back to the youth. And I'm sure that's going to be the message to these young people, too, as they head off at the high school level.
So well said, Jason Roby. I'm John Collins, pleased again to work with Steve Cody, the Highlight Guy. It'll be Jason Roby and Chad Zabolis to take you through the next two games here on Championship Saturday at Gill Stadium. It will be the Salem Rams up against the so powerful Nashua Cougars.
Yeah, I guess what we're gonna do now, John, is we're gonna take a quick break, and we're going to do the trophy presentation out at the 50-yard line. So we'll pay a couple of bills, and we'll be right back with the trophy presentation in just a minute. You are watching live on the Highlight Guy.
Sports give kids so much more than wins and losses. They build confidence, teamwork, leadership, resilience, lessons that prepare them for success in school, in careers, and in life. None of that matters if kids aren't safe. A concussion, an injury, or unsafe conditions can end a child's sports journey too soon. Safe Sports Network is there, on the sidelines, in schools, and in our community, preventing injuries, responding to emergencies, and guiding kids safely back to the games they love. With every donation, you're not just funding a program, you're protecting kids' futures. You're investing in safer fields, gyms, and rinks. Please join us. Support Safe Sports Network, because every child deserves to play safe.
Welcome back to Gill Stadium. It's team photo time for the state champions in D2 of the Northeast Junior High Football League. The Little Warriors of Winnacunnet take the title in a high-scoring affair. 54-32. That is 86 points that were put up by these two teams. There was a great point by you, Jason Roby, in summing things up, how Winnacunnet really didn't even let up close to that point total to anybody else. There was a few games where they did let up points at all, and it was just one single touchdown each time. And here we have 32 points put up by the Bears. And if you told the coach, Billy Burrows of the Hudson Litchfield Bears, hey, you're going to score 32 points against this Winnacunnet team,
you'd feel pretty good.
Do you think he'd say that wasn't enough, or what do you think?
Well, I think, you probably feel like it was going to be a high-scoring game because he knows the offensive firepower of this Winnacunnet team.
Yeah.
But you would feel pretty good, I'm sure, certainly about the amount of points that you scored. But
yep.
You gave up 50. You were able to score 54 points, so that's a feather in their offensive cap as well. The offense
sure
ruled the day today.
Yeah. And I do like some good offense, but wow, that was a jaw-dropping 6-second drive, 77 yards on a pass play. I question whether they should even throw it. And then Max DeRusha showing off that arm. I don't think anybody on the Winnacunnet team realized how far Jackson could throw it, Jackson DeRusha, but he surprised them all. Down on the field we go.
And you can see both teams huddled there together, which is what I talked about.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really like that they do here at this level.
Unfortunately, not getting the direct feed that would help. But this is exactly what you have the trophies.
The Hudson Litchfield Bears will be the runner-up in 2025.
The Hudson Litchfield Bears will come up and get their runner-up trophy here in the Division II ranks of the Northeast Junior High Football League. And calling up the
Both these teams had to
coach.
beat a lot of clubs to get here. There's 12 teams in this division: Dover, Goffstown, Farmington, Haverhill, Lowell, Tri-Town, Winnacunnet, Hudson Litchfield, Manchester Keene, Nashua Pal, and Plymouth. These 2 teams coming out on top.
I would also like to thank the Winnacunnet Little Warrior football program for winning the 2025 Division II Senior Championship.
That's an impartial official. Said it nice and flat line.
There it is.
For winning the title. And Winnacunnet, again, a class act. There's Coach Tom Foley holding up the trophy that he'll share with his players momentarily.
And I'm pretty sure that, I'm not sure where, that trophy goes to the team, and then the one that they're about to present, that one will be on display. And there you go, one of the team captains there, and we said his name several times here today. Parker Oldham will get that trophy. And you can see both the Hudson Litchfield and the Winnacunnet teams have gathered together at the 50-yard line, and things get a little more separated when you get into high school. The champions and the runner-ups are on opposite sides of the field, but a lot of respect for both of these teams between those coaching staffs, and just a well-played game. And you know, you get 54 points scored against you, but you never reached that 35-point differential threshold where the clock runs, so never running time. So the game went a little bit long from the standpoint of every time there's a touchdown scored, you got to stop the clock, you got to kick the ball off, there's a change of possession. And so, you know, the JV game was supposed to start 17 minutes ago. Well, they'll get a little longer to warm up, and that will do it here for us from the Division II final game. John, your final thoughts?
Jason Roby, it was a pleasure to do the game again with you. I don't think I get to do football again with you till next fall. That's a tragedy. But you'll be calling the public address on the D1 final next Saturday at home, Stello Stadium. And I'm sure you're looking forward to that game. But here comes the Nashua Cougars against the Salem Rams, JV and the Varsity, the D1 championship for the state of New Hampshire for 2025 coming right up on the Highlight Guy. I'm John Collins for Jason Roby and the Highlight Guy himself, Steve Cody. Thank you for watching the D2 championship game, and good afternoon for now from Gill Stadium, but stay tuned to the Highlight Guy Network.